Hey Matryoshkas, it's HoHoNuts in my new video from my new playlist, Russia Online. This is the attitude. This is like the attitude I'd like you to get into, because I found that the less official it is, the easier it is to start vlogging, making a video. So first of all, yeah, as you can see, I'm in my new cap, which is a Zebevaka from World Cup 2018 soccer, which I'm not actually a fan of. But anyways, I'd like to start with my thanks to you for your words of encouragement and support in my previous video. The real thing is that as soon as I read all those comments, like almost the next day, I started planning out my next survey video, and in 2 days' time, it was recorded. It was actually recorded. But as is always the case, and this is usually not the thing that you're familiar with when you're just starting out on YouTube, is the fact that editing of the video actually takes much more time than the real event, than the recording itself. So since my previous video up to now, I've been editing the video, and I am still editing. And well, looking at the date, I thought that that's just crazy. I might be drowning in my perfectionism again, and just could be stuck in all those refinement of the details. So I thought maybe I should record at least some update on the process and what's going on. So, as always is the case, it didn't go the way it was initially planned. But I'm here with you, and this is my new playlist. I think it should mark the start of my new trial, where I'll be trying to get involved in recording process, because I noticed that it becomes more natural when you build the process over the communication. It's not that like official event, which usually drives me into this anxious refinement state where I have to plan everything ahead, and I get stuck noticing all the details, marking all the mistakes, what could have been done in much better way. And so this is the start of the new playlist right here, where I'll be talking with you like a regular dude, like a real person, not some kind of like ephemeral virtual person. That's not the case I want to stress on. And by the way, in this playlist, I'll try to stay away from all this fancy editing, all this jump cuts and all that stuff, which seem really unnatural at times. Well, some of the people actually here on Russian YouTube, I see a lot of comments concerning the editing of the videos, and people seem to be much more obsessed with the editing more than with the content itself and the issues being discussed in the videos, which seem a bit awkward to me. They seem a bit off. And I hope you don't care about that stuff, as long as the issues I'm discussing, the issues that I'm raising, are really of interest to you. And here is where your feedback is really important for me, to try to cover the topics that are really interesting to you. And so yeah, and again, this kind of behavior is just really something that starts going on when there's a camera. As soon as you turn on the camera, here we go. All that pauses, all those awkward silences, which usually do not occur during the real person-to-person conversation. And maybe that's what actually puts you off. And there is no this reinforcing loop, you have no direct feedback, and that is why it's so hard to start recording. You just do not relate to the camera as a real person. It's really hard to imagine. Well, at least to me, you can see the cap that I'm wearing. It speaks about me a lot, I think. So, anyways, here's the quick update. I'm really glad to see you back. I remember all the people who really supported me, encouraged me to continue doing what I'm doing, and I still believe that there's a great cause, and that I can overcome my own obstacles, and deliver something good, make good for the world in my little area of responsibility. Little, but nevertheless part of a big picture, big world. Yeah, I get really nervous, anxious when these pauses happen, because I tend to just internalize, get into my head, and start working off of my thoughts and just circling around there, not being able to speak it out. Too many thoughts and only one mouth, only one tongue. So yeah, how it usually happens, on podcasts, in real live conversation. Yeah, it's kind of cheating for podcasters, all those YouTubers who do podcasts, because they have this feedback, like playing ping pong with the person they're speaking with. When you're vlogging, it's much more difficult to do that. And well, let's try it anyway. So I watched a couple of episodes of Joe Rogan today with specifically with Lex Friedman, who is involved in artificial intelligence development in self-driving cars, as far as I remember, and with what's her name? With the comedian. I don't want to look it up because right now I'm gonna jump off the thought and forget about it, which I really hate. what was her name? The comedian, Tiffany Cummings, Jennifer Cummings. Oh, damn, I have to look it up. Just a sec. Let me find her. Why is my internet off? Like ever since. What the heck? Just yesterday Windows updated on my laptop, and ever since it just throws me those stupid blue screens, and it's just outrageous. It's like, I don't want to dive into all those conspiracy theories, but it's like they're specifically doing those updates to gather the statistics and to test all the errors on like all those computers somewhere outside in a third world spot, like here in my house, and then throw it out to production to like real worthy clients, which is everyone except me, I guess. So okay, anyway, as I was saying, I watched a couple of episodes, and specifically what interested me was these talks about artificial intelligence, where it all leads us, where we'll end up. And as I've already raised an issue, in my previous video, I feel like the world is really changing rapidly, especially in the last, I think, 3 years. You feel the new generation coming up, and who are really technologically literate, and it's just very convenient to try to deliver to them. They're really ready to adopt all those new technologies, and they're actually like waiting for the progress to happen. And my thought was that the world is changing and becoming much more interconnected and unified, and it feels like we're not gonna be in that country to country contradictions and opposing. It'll be more like, and I feel it while making my video surveys, like people are much more can get in terms with their own governments. It's like the opposition of the political elites and common people. And again, I don't want to delve into politics. My channel is not about politics at all. And I think I'm not really that knowledgeable person to cover those issues. Even the cultural stuff is like really serious, historically backed stuff is out of my perspective. I'm not the most competent person. So basically my channel is about regular guy from Russia, and I guess you'd be able to gather some interesting info from me, from my perspective, from my point of view. Many of the things that even I don't realize could be of interest to you. So, as you can see, my videos are not really structured, but that's my another approach to my channel. That's what I'm trying to do right now, is not getting into that constant planning and refinement loop where you spend a lot, like huge amount of times on refining your ideas and ending up hating all the plans, disrespecting yourself, and uh, spend the rest of the time in self-loathing and basically binge doing some stupid stuff like reading and watching YouTube videos. Uh, well, which is not actually that stupid. They uh, uh, rev up your skills like comprehension, vocabulary, especially if I do it in English. It really helps a lot. I think you'd be able to notice the difference between my previous video and this one. I feel like uh, it became much more natural thanks to some YouTube video listening, language practicing in this kind of way, like listening to podcasts, watching videos on interesting topics. Step by step, it really helps you to rev up your talking abilities, your speech, I hope. And what really upsets me is that you're not able to, again, to save that progress. As soon as you stop practicing, it just drops really fast. You start losing your vocab. No practice, no pain, no gain, as they say, and you're falling really rapidly. That's really what bothers me a lot. But that's the human nature. That's what we have to face, and that's what will be what we'll have to question in the face of much more advanced intelligence, which is artificial intelligence, the next big thing that's coming up. Um, so yeah. Anyway, here's the quick update. I'm working on the editing of the video survey. I hope you'll like it when it comes out. I hope in a couple of days I'll be able to release it. So stay tuned, and thank you for uh, joining me. Thank you for checking me out, and I'll be really looking forward to seeing you in my next video. Thanks for the watch, and see you in my next vid. Bye, my trash guys.